In today's tutorial, we're going to talk about some of the most useful time-saving keyboard shortcuts in Blender. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Without further ado, let's dive in and get started. First, I'm going to start with one of the most common keyboard shortcuts in Blender, and that is the Tab key. The Tab key is used to switch from object mode to edit mode. Of course, if you're new to Blender, this might be difficult at first, but don't worry, you're going to get used to it. When you press the Tab key, you're going to switch from object mode to edit mode. At this point, you might find yourself in one of the selection modes visible at the top left corner right here. This is the vertex mode, this is the edge mode, and this is the face mode. So if you don't want to click on this to switch to different modes, you can simply press 1, 2, and 3 on your keyboard, not on your numpad, to switch. So the shortcut for the vertex mode is 1 on your keyboard, the shortcut for the edge mode is 2 on your keyboard, and the shortcut for the face mode is 3 on your keyboard and not on your numpad. So if you notice right here, you see the changes. When I press 1, it will take me to the vertex mode, and this is how the vertex mode looks like. When I press 2, it will take me to the edge mode, and this is how the edge mode looks like. When I press 3, it's going to take me to the face mode, and this is what the face mode looks like. So in edit mode, it's very easy for you to manipulate the geometry of your objects. You can scale in any axis. You can also rotate. You can also extrude in any axis. So we have shortcuts for this. So if you want to scale in any axis, you have to use the S key. So when you press X on your keyboard, you'll be able to scale any object, both in object mode and in edit mode. When you want to extrude, you are going to press the E key on your keyboard. This is going to activate the extrude key, and you're going to be able to extrude in any axis of your choice. So in situation where you need to extrude and scale, you can press the extrude key and press the S key at the same time, and you will get something like this. And you can still press the E key again to extrude in the Z axis, and you can still press the S key to scale in a little bit. So that's how you will get something like this, by simply pressing the S key and the E key to extrude and scale. Now, if you want to rotate these objects, both in edit mode and in object mode, you're going to press A to select everything. When you press A, you'll be able to select everything, both in edit mode and in object mode. This is the object mode right here. When you press A on your keyboard, it's going to select everything in your 3D viewport. And when you press A again, it's going to deselect. Another selection mode right here you can use to select everything is L. You can use L to select everything. When you press L on your keyboard, it's going to select everything. If you want to rotate these objects, you're going to press R on your keyboard. This is going to allow you to rotate in any axis of your choice. So when you press R, you're going to be able to rotate in any axis of your choice. Of course, you can scale and rotate in object mode, but then it's not always advisable as your object can get messy. Whenever you rotate or scale or move your object in object mode, it's always advisable to apply the transformation, the scale, rotation, and location. So you can do this by pressing Ctrl A. This is going to bring out all these options, and you're going to select whether you're going to apply the location, the rotation, or the scale. But in situation where you have done all of that, you have moved your object, you have rotated your object, and you have scaled your object in object mode, then you're going to click on this All Transforms to apply the transformations. So with that in mind, we have also covered another important keyboard shortcut in Blender, and that is the Ctrl A. So when you apply Ctrl A, the current transformation value becomes the new default settings for the object. This means that all subsequent modifications will be based on these applied transformations, ensuring that the object scale, rotation, and location are accurately set for future edits. Now, if you want to extrude the both sides, when you press E, you notice this is what is going to happen. You won't be able to extrude the both sides at the same time. So you're going to select the both sides and you're going to press Alt E on your keyboard. It's going to bring out these options and you're going to click on extrude face along normals. When you do that and drag your cursor to the left, you notice this is going to extrude the both sides. Then when you tab out of edit mode in object mode, when you press Ctrl 1, you'll notice that we have already added a subdivision surface to this. Then let's go back. When you press Ctrl 2, you notice we have added a subdivision surface to this. So let's check in the modifiers tab. You notice we have already added a subdivision surface already, and the viewport level is already on 2. When you press Ctrl 1, the viewport level is going to be on 1, and when you press Ctrl 2, the viewport level is going to be on 2. So when you press Ctrl 1, Ctrl 2, Ctrl 3, Ctrl 4, Ctrl 5, Ctrl 6, this is going to add subdivision surface to your scene. Then in edit mode, you see how this is looking well defined, and that's because it has more geometry, and that is a loop cut. If you notice, we have a loop cut around here, we have a loop cut right here already, and we have a loop cut right here, and that's why it's looking well defined. So if you want to add these loop cuts around here, if you want to manually add them, you can press Ctrl R. You notice we already have a loop cut, and when you drag it, you notice what is happening. You might not really see this clearly, so let's go back. So I'm going to alt select this. Another way you can also select vertices and edges is by clicking Alt and left clicking. I just press Alt and left click. So that's how I selected this. So when you press Ctrl R, you're going to notice we have already added a loop cut. So I'm going to zoom in so you see what we are doing. So another keyboard shortcut for moving objects is G. When you press A, it's going to select everything, and when you press G, you're going to be able to move your object in anywhere in your 3D viewport by pressing G. Now, when you press Alt and left click, you can press G twice and move this up in the Z axis. This is another keyboard shortcut that is also powerful. If you do that, you will notice what is happening. This is moving. So in edit mode, we have the insert face right here. If you notice, we can use this to insert a face. So if you don't want to use this, you can press the I key on your keyboard. You'll be able to insert a face. So the I key is used for inserting faces. The extrude key is used for extruding objects in any axis. The S key is used for scaling objects in any axis. Now, if you want to bevel edges in edit mode, you're going to press Ctrl B. Ctrl B is used for beveling edges in edit mode. You can scroll on your mouse to increase or decrease the number of counts. If you don't want to use the shortcut, you can simply use this tool right here to bevel your edges. So when you press the K key, it's going to activate the knife tool. So you're going to use it to create cuts on your object. Once you're done, you're going to press enter on your keyboard to confirm. But in a situation where you don't want it, maybe you've already pressed the K key and you want to disable it, you're going to press the escape key on your keyboard and it's going to disable it. Now, if you want to join your objects together, you can press Ctrl J to join. Ctrl J is used in object mode for joining objects. Now you may be wondering, can this really work in edit mode? The answer is no. Let's tab into edit mode and see. So I'm going to press A. When you press Ctrl J, you notice nothing happens. Let's tab out of edit mode, and in object mode, these are still selected. When you press Ctrl J, you notice that these objects are now one. They are already joined together, and when you move them, you notice they are already one. If you want to separate any of these, let's say you already have this, but then you want to separate one of these. You want one of these to be a separate object. Press tab to enter edit mode. So when you press L, it's going to select this particular object right here. And then you're going to press P on your keyboard. Press P is going to bring out these options right here. You're going to choose by selection because you want to separate only one of these objects. You will notice when you tab out of edit mode, in object mode, you will notice that these three are still joined together and this one is now a separate object. If you want to separate by materials, we have this ash color and this green color, and these objects are all joined together. Now you're going to select everything in edit mode. Press A to select everything. This time around, you're going to press P. It's going to bring out these options right here. You This time around, you are going to click on Separate by Material. When we tab out of Edit mode, you will notice these two that are green are joined together, and then this one that is ash, they are joined together. Now, let's join this. So, they're all joined together right now. If you want to go back or if you want to redo what you have already done, you can press Ctrl Z to go back. But then in situations where Ctrl Z is no longer working, or you have reached your limits and you want this object to be a single object, you don't want them joined together anymore, you can tab into Edit mode, press A to select everything, or you can use the L selection tool to select everything. Then you're going to press P on your keyboard. This time around, you're not going to separate by selection, you're not going to separate by material, you're going to separate by loose parts. So you're going to click on the loose parts option, and when you tab out of Edit mode, you will notice that we have separate objects right here. Everything has been separated and they are no longer joined together. So the shortcuts to some of the selection modes we have are, we have A. When you press A, it's going to select everything in your 3D viewport. And when you press L, this is what happens. You'll be able to select the parts you want. Then we have the C selection mode. When you press C, it's going to bring out this round white circle you are seeing here. And when you scroll on your mouse, you'll be able to increase the scale. So this is useful, especially when you want to create an eyeball or something, or when you have a particular area you want to select. You can use the C selection mode to select the area that you want. And once you're done, you can press enter to confirm. But then in situation where you made a mistake by pressing the C selection mode and you want to go back, you can simply press the escape key right here and it's going to disable it. So you can switch to different views in Blender using the numpad. When you press 1 on your numpad, not on your keyboard, when you press 1 on your numpad, it's going to take you to the front view. When you press 3, it's going to take you to the right side of your object. When you press Ctrl numpad 3, it's going to take you to the left side of your object. When you press 7, it's going to take you to the top of your object or model. When you press Ctrl numpad 7, it's going to take you to the bottom view. And that is the end of this tutorial. If you liked this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tutorials like this, and hope to see you in my next video.